fine, Steve?
It's fine.
Are you fine?
I'm fine.
You and your salmon...
He needs more gin. I'm gonna get Steve more gin.
Salmon gin?
Salmon gin.
Oh god, that sounds so nasty.
It's like bacon vodka.
Oh,
That's
no.
There's some things you should just never drink.
Yeah.
Some things you should never make.
Good point.
One of them is bacon vodka, another would be the hills.
Alright, guys. Welcome to the 102 Cast, episode 8.
What?
Aw, you crazy.
I'm not going to say the thing I always say. Oh, I can't believe we made it this far.
Yeah, don't be
You
such
just
a
said
Debbie Downer.
Yeah,
You just said it.
Alright, fine.
You're not allowed to be. You have to be happy today. Today is your birthday.
Yeah,
Oh,
really.
what? Hey.
Hey.
Birthday. I'm 25. The big 2-5.
Welcome to the
The
club.
quarter pounder.
Quarter of life over, going over.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Alright, guys. So this week we're watching Escaflowne.
Yeah.
It was an anime on Shapiro's Bad List. And if
Yes.
you don't know what I'm talking about, here on the 102 Cast, we have 102 titles of TV shows, movies, and anime that each of us have put together. We all made a list of 17 good and 17 bad. And we slap them all together, and each week we have a random one spit out. And last week, it spit out a little thing called Escaflowne, which is an anime on Shapiro's Bad List.
Yes, it is a robot romance. Although they're not robots in romance, I'm pretty sure it's a mech.
Would make for a pretty interesting story.
Yeah, I would probably be more scarred than I'm gonna be while we watch this. I've seen bits, little snippets, and
I need some robot hand-holding.
yeah, like get your clamps together or something like that. You know?
The clamps!
I'm not one for romance films or shows or any of that. So that's kind of why it's on my bad list, because I believe that this has gotten decent acclaim behind it. Like, people like it. It's not my thing, so it's on the bad side. So we're gonna see how that kind of rolls. And well, yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
I'm excited.
I'm looking forward to
I watched a couple clips of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's so old.
It is old.
It's old.
Now,
There's nothing worse than old anime.
I know.
Except Dragon Ball Z.
okay, no.
Old that's gonna get
anime
flack for that.
is like old wine, but you just don't know whether it's been opened
or if it's
like
vinegar.
or somebody shit in it. Alright, let's get into some weeks. I'll start off.
Go for it.
So what I've been watching nonstop for the past 2-3 weeks that I just completely failed to mention is Steven Universe. Right now it's in a summer block. It hasn't aired in like forever, but now they're airing an episode every day rather, like during weekdays.
Oh wow.
So yeah,
gotcha.
So every day.
they're chugging it. And just recently they ended season 3.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I won't get into like any spoiler territory because I know that is like it's a story where you really got to enjoy the story to be into it.
Okay.
And honestly, like they're in between like these major plot lines. Like yes, they just ended like a really important plot line that like has been kind of going on like an episode before the end. Like the last episode of the season, I guess if you're looking from a character development standpoint, yes, it was necessary. The main character, Steven, like kind of understands himself a little bit better after it.
Mm-hmm.
But like there were enemies that had been built up and conflicts that had been built up throughout the whole season that were resolved in the previous episode. So I'm like, this is the finale, right? No, this is. And it's very much just the main character talking to a different character that they don't talk to very often. And he kind of discovers something about himself in a way and like reflects on some things in the past.
So would you say it's kind of more of almost in when you listen to someone's speech, it's not necessarily the conclusion, it's more of closing arguments, not arguments, but just there's a few closing tidbits that kind of fully wrap things up, although there's been a resolution.
Like, I can't call it an epilogue, but it almost feels like it.
Okay.
But, I mean, there's still another season. Like, they immediately started the next season.
Mm.
So it's like, I almost feel like they just ended the season for numbers' sake. Like they almost
alright.
didn't even need to. It just didn't make sense to me. And
So you kind of feel like it was
honestly,
a filler.
I'm a little disappointed. So, what I'm gonna ask you guys here is, was there any like season finales of any shows you were watching that may have disappointed you, or maybe even movie series that like something ended?
If just real fast, I'll put out one that has a huge amount of audiences. Incredibly, were uproaring when that one came out. Was the series finale of Sopranos.
Ah, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that was
It
a
just kind of like
big-
ended, right?
It was one of those things
disappointment.
where it left. I can't say necessarily cliffhanger. You can try to say, oh well, this probably happened, but it was left at a point where I also don't want to give anything away for anyone that wants to pick it up because I highly recommend it. Is you're left wondering what the hell just happened, or not just happened, but is just about like something big is just about to happen, and it cuts and it's done, and it's what were the decisions made and how did things play out. You want to see that because it's the season, or I'm not season, the series finale, and you just want to see it all come to that end, and you're kind of robbed of it. So, or at least people felt that way of it. So if I had to contribute one that I know right off the top of my head that had that exact feel to it,
It's kind of weird when you have, especially a series finale with no real closure. Like
that's yeah.
so
There you go.
important with the series that you've been around with for so long, invested so much time and characters and like plot points to just have it all kind of just end.
And
Yeah,
it just kind of
it's like, oh, okay. I mean, I guess I have all these other episodes to fall back on, but like, you need that, like I said, that epilogue. Like, I need to know that all the everything's done. Like the story's ended. You know, people are moving on with their lives past it.
I think a little bit of a disappointing ending too is, if memory serves me right, Dexter.
That's actually the one I was gonna mention.
Go ahead,
Go
Steve.
ahead.
You go ahead, talk
'Cause
about it. Yeah.
You invested, so you actually do get some closure with Dexter. Um, you find out what happened to him and all of that. They even show you what happens after everything goes to shit for him. But it's so like underwhelming. It's so out of character in a lot of ways. It's almost like they just sort of gave up on it. Like, and really, it was a long time coming. And the last couple seasons of Dexter are just not worth watching. They're just garbage. It's just Dexter doing stuff that Dexter would never do, or people around Dexter doing stuff that they would never do. Or
Yeah, the broke character model.
yeah, so they just sort of just give up on maintaining any sort of characters. Stuff just happens, and that's one of the biggest things that frustrates me with film or TV in general is when things just happen, and it happens like out of character, but it happens for the sole purpose of moving the plot.
Yeah, that could feel really ham-fisted.
It just takes me out of it. Like I can't like it. I can't enjoy myself anymore. Because now
you can get away with that kind of stuff with things that aren't very narratively driven, but when you have dramatic series that like really rely on its like continuity and its strong characters to pull like your attention through, it's just really disappointing.
And a big one, at least for movie series, actually that just came to mind is The Dark Knight Rises. I thought it was incredibly disappointing as an ending to that trilogy. Just kind of overall, because it comes down to the thing with characters acting out of character, where you've got Batman or Bruce Wayne trusting people when he never trusted anyone else before. We've kind of established that he's not a trusting person.
Right.
We've established by this point that he's not gonna just trust Talia with his fucking life. Like he's not gonna do that. But then he does it, and it all goes to shit. Or Commissioner Gordon makes the enormous blunder of ordering all of the cops in the city to go underground just because reasons. Like
yeah.
And then it ends up, but that's one of those things where I saw it and I was like, this just happened because they needed all the cops out of the way.
And they couldn't scene.
Yeah, and they couldn't just kill them all. Like but they needed them out of the way. So we'll make Commissioner Gordon tell them to go underground. Like that's not what he would do. He's smarter than that. We've established that he's above and beyond smarter than everybody else in the fucking series. So he should know better than to send everybody all to the same place.
Right. They do it for like you were saying that plot pushing to kind of well we need this and like you were saying we need everyone to gone so let's put them all on the ground for a little bit. It gets really rough. I think that hurts a lot of film.
So then when you come off of something like The Dark Knight, you've got the high of The Dark Knight and the performances in that film and everything was pretty damn decent going on there. And then you come into Dark Knight Rises, and I remember going into the theater really excited and coming out feeling kind of betrayed, like really disappointed and frustrated.
All right. Anybody else watch anything?
As for watching things recently, I've been watching a little bit of the Olympics. Not a lot. I've seen the swimming, which you don't realize how big those pools are. These guys are going back and forth and doing 8 laps, and it's like, oh, this doesn't look too bad. And then you kind of swim in like a small pool, and you go back and forth and go, man, I'm really beat. And I went like nowhere. Oh my God, what they're doing is ridiculous. And I wish they had more footage of the underwater cams when people jump into the water and swim, because it looks really neat when they do it. It's like, oh, I'd rather watch the race from below, watch them swim that way. Inverted, kind of neat. It's different. But besides that, I watched a little bit of water polo that I'd never seen before while we were in Wendy's waiting for our food.
Yeah, I had to explain to you what that was.
Yeah, I'd never seen before. I mean, granted, when I was younger, I kept missing the Olympics. Not that I've watched a lot of it this year. I want to, but I more of want to be able to go pick and choose what I want to watch, go pull it for a little while, watch a little bit, be like, oh, this is what this is. Because the Olympics is so long. It's like a 2.5 week event, if not maybe a little longer. Maybe I'm a little off here. But it's something that goes on for a substantial amount of time. So there's many events that I've never watched. I've always seen the swimming. So I want to see these other things. I'm kind of excited about that, but I got to figure out kind of how to get the rest of them.
Right.
But the other thing that I have watched is, okay, so it's a mini-series. Well, I can't say necessarily mini. There's like 30-some episodes. Or there is 30 episodes. They're only all 3 minutes long, so it only would take you an hour and a half to watch all of it. It's called Deep Space 69. It was, and it's a drawn animation, 2-dimensional, poorly drawn. Like
a cartoon?
Yes.
Okay.
This aired on. It looks like it would have been on like Toonami. Kind of deal. It's you've seen Spaceballs, yeah, maybe like Adult Swim, like more Adult Swim than Toonami, yeah. But think of something like someone that's been an art student for like 2 years, knows how to animate, and now is doing a show. That's the quality of it. It's low, but think of Spaceballs. You guys have both seen this movie. Think the same 2 characters. You have your space captain and then an animal kind of like co-captain or co-pilot kind of with him. His is a koala. Okay, and their spaceship is shaped like a dick and balls. Like they're not even discreet about it. And so I guess it's kind of playing off Spaceballs, but they pay a tribute to actually a lot of different sci-fi movies or shows throughout these different episodes. I've only watched half of them because, like I said, they're only 3 minutes long, so it's so easy to binge like 7 or 8. And all the names of the episodes are puns, like Finding Love in Alderaan places. And it's like a Star Wars reference, and there's like Princess Leia's in it.
Please let me roll my eyes harder.
Yeah, but that's how all the episodes are named. They're different puns. The captain's always trying to get laid, like Captain Kirk, kind of deal, and like it's got kind of that slight dark humor to it, where they're supposed to be taking these sick elderly ladies to like a hospital, and they're like, oh, this is a mission that might be hot girls, but we have to take the old people to the hospital. He's like, no, we don't, and he hits like the airlock and jets them all out into space. And they explode. Like there's little bits like that. Some of the episodes are okay, some are really funny. And there was one where his girlfriend was supposed to be not a Scion. I can't remember. It might have been something like that.
Galactica.
It wasn't Battlestar Galactica. It was something different. But she had like this weird screech to her. And I actually watched this movie. It was a bad Harrison Ford film where
she was obviously a blood queen.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. It was It was a weird detective sci-fi film with Harrison Ford. I can't remember the name of it, but that was
not Blade Runner.
Blade Runner.
It might have been where they're like kind of like clone-esque.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, one of the episodes pays a tribute to that. Like he pulls into a garage and she gets shot or whatever. And
We've all seen Blade Runner, though, right?
Yes.
I actually have not. I'm familiar, but I haven't.
I've seen like
it's one of those movies
of
that
it.
I'm like,
yes.
I have to watch this movie now. I'll never get around to it for some reason.
But that's what they've done.
I know it's super impressive.
That is a travesty, Steve.
A travesty.
A travesty. You need to see that movie.
But that's what the show kind of does. They've been paying a tribute to a lot of things. He's constantly trying to get himself laid, and it's humorful. It's something that I'm glad the episodes are only 3 minutes long.
Yeah.
I don't think it has enough structure for a decent enough plot to go any longer. It's just one of those things you pop on, you get entertained, you laugh, you go away.
You know, I gotta say, I'm starting to like the smaller structured show, like the quick, like
Quick,
5
15
minute,
or 10 to 15
like it's
minutes.
just
like
so
the Adult
easily
Swim shows.
digestible.
You ever
Well,
watch Children's Hospital on Adult Swim?
Yeah.
No, I
Yeah.
wanted to, though.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good,
it's
like,
just
short.
it's just
short
so
form.
easy to just like, oh, I need to kill 15 minutes. Okay.
It's hard to let something run dry if it's only a couple minutes long.
Yeah.
Like a joke can last that couple of minutes, so you can run with it and then be done, and it's okay, and everyone's kind of happy.
Right.
You know, so I would definitely agree that those short bits can be.
I think that's kind of why comics were so popular. Like, there was only like maybe so many pages to like a weekly comic, and like you get through with it, and it's just nice and easy.
Yeah.
You can just kill a little bit of time.
See, I like them, but they're at least nowadays they're way too expensive. Like I can't afford their price.
They're pretty up there.
Yeah.
But yeah.
You got anything for your week, Steve?
I do.
'Cause Steve,
I do. But it's something we've already kind of brought up. But like, I think this will be the third time we brought it up. I finally got around to watching Stranger Things.
Ooh.
So I'm not going to dwell too much on it because we've already discussed it.
Right, but
twice before.
It's still,
but
I want to know what your thoughts are.
I really enjoyed it. I really
Good.
liked it. I got strong Super 8 vibes from it.
Mm-hmm.
Only
a lot of people are saying that.
Only actually good. I didn't like Super 8.
That's fine. I never
felt like
actually
it's
saw it.
I don't think I'd recommend it. I felt like Super 8 does one of those things that it always frustrates me. It's another one of those things that always frustrates me with movies where they just kind of call out to your nostalgia. They don't add anything.
Oh.
It's just like, hey, remember this movie? Wasn't that fun? Like, yeah, maybe I should just go watch that movie then. I don't want to watch your piece of shit trash. Like, maybe I'll just go watch Goonies again. Like, that'll be fun.
Take that, Spielberg.
But I felt like Stranger Things took it and then added to it at least a little bit. It was more than it wasn't so like ham-fisted with the hey, remember this? Hey, remember that? Hey, wasn't that a fun movie? Wasn't that a fun movie? Like, get this reference? They didn't really do a whole lot of that.
But there still are a lot of references.
There are a lot of references.
It opens up with an Evil Dead poster.
Yeah, like there are lots of little call outs like that, but there's nothing that's like we're doing this exact. Well, I could be totally wrong here, but it wasn't so ham-fisted as to be like, hey, remember this exact scene from all of these other movies that you really enjoyed? We're gonna play it again, but we're gonna do it our way. But it was all I can really say is go watch it. Just it's so much. Okay. It was a lot of fun to watch.
I'll have to still check it out. I've been behind on obviously I'm always behind, forever behind.
That's fine.
But one of the ones I've really wanted to see the series that's getting ready to come out is with the guy from Scrubs, where the commercial is they're asking what is he doing. He's like, "What's it look like I'm doing? I'm digging up my wife." Like it's supposed to be.
I haven't seen.
You haven't seen that?
Which guy from Scrubs?
Like
the
one surgeon.
Turk.
No, he was always sad. He'd always like just make fun of them when he'd come around. Always.
John C. McGinley. So Dr. Cox.
I think Dr. Cox.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
that's it. Yeah, it's with him and the little bits of these commercials. Well, not I've seen it, but the commercials that I've seen spark a lot of interest, and they kind of remind me of Stranger Things. Like from what you guys have told me of it, it's going to be like a darker humor. But it's going to be, I don't know, I'm looking forward to it. Not that Stranger Things is a humor, but I'm just saying like a darker show.
Right.
But it's, I'm very
Is it on
interested.
Netflix or is it like, do you remember?
I don't even remember. I'll have to see, next time I see that commercial, I'm going to have to jump up and like, yo guys, this is what it is, I'll shoot you all a message. But
hey, if you know what he's talking about, maybe send us an email.
Yeah,
Tweet
please do.
him.
Tweet it. Oh, we have a Twitter. We have a tweeter?
Yeah, we have a Twitter. The 102cast at the 102cast.
The 102cast at Twitter.com.
right. Well, I guess.
Yeah, I guess it's time for us to roll into Escaflowne.
Yeah.
Now, see, here's the thing. Whenever I hear that, I'm like, I have no idea how to spell that.
It sounds like a Flonase commercial.
A little bit. It's like a medicine.
Nasal congestion?
What are we gonna do? Everyone in the stellar galaxy is congested.
or something for menstruation.
You ever get that not so mecha anime feeling?
The flow just won't go.
No.
God.
I'm just gonna stop everything. Let's just roll
roll
into the
it and
segment.
just watch it.
All right. I'll
See you
behave.
in a bit.
See you in a little while.
Mono, is that you? Mono!
Quiet. Just rest. Stay in bed.
Okay.
You passed out at the track. I'm glad you weren't badly hurt or anything.
No, I'm okay.
Your form looks pretty good, Kanzaki. I can tell that you've been practicing since junior high.
Oh, gee, thanks. I wish that I could run as fast as you do, Amano. I haven't quite been able to break 13 seconds yet.
It's all in the way you come off the blocks.
Huh?
You've got to focus and give it everything you've got.
Everything I've got?
Mm-hmm. You'll do it.
Oh, I just realized something. It's gonna be hard to get a clip of whatever watching if it's anime. I'm gonna have to grab from the dub.
If you want, include one of an episode, one of the episodes from here.
That could
I
work.
can pick one at random, and I'll just
Yeah.
send it over to you.
No, it has to be.
It should be one of the first ones.
Yeah, no, put it from the first episode. I'll try to get as much senpai in there as I can.
Senpai!
Seconds to senpai.
Oh my god.
All right, guys, we're back from Escaflowne.
Yes.
I'm not sure who wants to start.
Well, it's your birthday.
What?
So you get to choose who starts.
Okay.
There you go.
Flipped it.
I'll. You know what? I've always been starting these, and I'm going to continue starting. So, all right, Escaflowne. Let me give you a brief summary for those who don't know. All right, starts off your typical high school anime. Runner girl and her friend watching the dudes run, and they like the one hot dude, hot dude senpai. And oh no, hot dude senpai is gonna leave town.
Country even.
Yeah, gonna leave the country. Better confess my love to him. But it'd be a shame if during this confession, a warrior from another planet, lightning beams down with a dragon, kills the dragon, and then lightning beams with me away. That would be a shame, wouldn't it? And now I'm stuck in fantasy world doing fantasy things. So that's basically how this starts off.
It came so far out of left field. I thought this was mech romance. I thought there were mechs involved in this.
The mechs didn't come in until the end of episode 2-esque.
Yeah.
But so my thoughts, I guess I'll start with.
Yes.
First off, I love dumb anime romancy garbage.
Okay.
And the beginning was just that. It was a nice slice of cake there, and it
Happy
was
birthday.
it was great. It's old. You got that nice. I gotta say the animation during moving scenes, you can tell where they're trying in this anime,
Mm-hmm.
and the animation goes up so much. It looks nice. Some of the scenes where she's running, they're pretty good.
Yeah.
There's some weird themes that I know are going to play a part to the plot, but the fact that she can do tarot fortune telling and she kind of sees the future sometimes.
Yeah, that's definitely going to come up in a big way.
I don't like it that much. It seems a bit hey, let's write this cool idea. Hey, what if she did tarot card reading?
Well, she's got to do something.
I mean, yeah. I'm sure she's going to add to the fight. She's going to help out the prince and whatnot.
She's going to keep him alive, because that's what she's been doing so far.
Yeah. I don't know, that part felt a little weird, but I don't know, it adds value to her character, so I'm not going to complain about that too much. But all in all, it's hard to say if I'd watch this on my own. if us three as a group began to watch this, I'd definitely like be pushing to watch the rest of it though. Like this is definitely a like watch with a friend for me because it's silly but interesting still. Like it's
it goes from 0 to 60.
It does go from 0 to 60.
And when
It's
it
from
hits
0 to 75.
Yeah, and when it hits that high, that's when it's good.
yeah.
It goes from, oh, this is just, typical high school romance to this guy just teleported and now he's vomiting blood all over the place. Like,
That guy is dead. He is definitely dead. Holy shit, they are definitely dead. What is that? Yeah, okay, that one's dead, that one's dead. And that was right before, oh, look, it's the congratulations to, ceremony of him coming of age and being the king kind of deal.
Oh yeah.
yeah, of course, it always happens that way.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I feel the same. I was thinking about that right after we stopped watching it. I was like, I want to keep watching more, but if you guys weren't here, I wouldn't want to watch any more of this.
So how do you feel about it?
It wasn't bad, but it wasn't great. Like, I kind of feel the same way I felt after watching, God, that one with the zombie. Is This a Zombie?
Korra Zombie
Yeah, Korra
Disco?
Zombie Disco. Where I watched like the first 1 or 2 episodes, and I was like, "The fuck is going on in this shit? I need to keep watching." And then I kept watching.
Yeah.
But it's definitely one where it's like I don't think I'd keep going if I wasn't watching with other people who could sit there and like riff off of it. And,
Oh, yeah.
and joke about what's going on and all the different tropes that they
so
bring
much
up.
riff
And,
potential.
and
Oh,
yeah, there's so
really?
much.
Second episode, bam, cat girl. It's just like, come on.
right away. And even the main character is like
Yeah,
first
she calls him
Wolfman
out.
and she's like first Wolfman and then a weird cat girl.
What's next? Next?
Shit. It's like,
Motherfucker.
let's just go through the list of anime tropes. Yep, check. Can't wait to see what else they've got in store for us.
Yeah, I agree. I think if the three of us kind of sat there and went, "Yo, let's watch something that kind of sucks, but we're kind of drawn into it at the same time," I'd watch it with you guys. But yeah, I don't think I'd watch this on my own at all. I like when it hits the fan, like when everything goes tits up, like and everyone's dying and things are getting like blown up out of nowhere. So much better. Like I was suffering in that beginning. I know, Kyle. I know you were enjoying it. But I'm like,
That's fine.
oh Jesus Christ! Thank God this is on my bad list. Like I'm dying, and then all of a sudden, here comes guy out of nowhere, fights giant dragon that's like a flying squirrel for how it like flies across, and
Yeah, the monster designs are pretty good in this.
yeah,
The dragon look cool, the enemy
Yeah, the
mechs
mechs
cool.
look pretty cool.
and they weren't necessarily wolfmen as much as in half the shots he looked like a sloth. The one guy's like driving the cart, so I'm like, okay, so the designs are a little bit different.
They never explained the weird whirly sticks.
Yeah, they never. I'm hoping we get that in
They
the
look
next
like those
couple
kids-
episodes, but
Those kids' toys that have like the 3 bars coming off of it, and you push the button and it spins around like a
the
little
type
fan.
of things you get at like Disneyland or Great
Exactly,
Adventure or something.
exactly. Yeah, that's what I was. And they make that stereotypical UFO sound, like you're saying that. Yeah, I don't get that at all.
But holy shit, Balgus! Can we just talk for a moment about
Oh my
Balgus?
god! All right, so
He's a side character, right? We would call
yeah,
consider him
he's
kind
like
of
a
minor.
almost like a direct protector of the prince or
Yeah, it's
whatever.
like the
And
trainer or whatever.
This guy, while the mech fights are going on, so like these aren't your average mechs. They're like they're a bit shorter. Like they're almost like just an extension of like a person. Almost
Like a
they're not
super
too
yeah,
much
they're
taller.
kind of like
2.5
like
times,
stilts, but
kinda.
all around.
Yeah,
That's it.
but this guy just comes out with a big sword. It's like, nah, I don't need no.
Yeah,
mechs.
he's like, I don't need a I don't need a Melif.
Yeah.
This is what they call their mechs. I don't need a Melif. I just got this big old sword. I'm just gonna slice through you fuckers.
Yeah, it was hardcore. I mean, no, continue, Steve. Sorry.
I was just gonna say, I feel like that happens. I feel like that's like another trope, like the like trainer or like mentor type character
Yeah.
who
There will always be somebody stronger than the protagonist who is a friend of the protagonist,
and then who dies like right away.
yeah, or turns evil.
Yeah, or turns evil, or just something happens and they're either not part of the story or they're against the main
Yeah.
character now.
I mean, he made the episode from just being out of nowhere. But like,
Definitely made
he's like,
the
dude,
episode.
this guy's hardcore as hell.
Yeah.
He's awesome. But that also like that's a side character.
Yeah.
And I think that's. I'm not like knocking that. I'm just saying there's a lot of things that the side character can drive a lot of the environment.
Yeah.
Like when you watch Three Stooges, like if you watch like Larry is kind of he's kind of the background guy a little bit, but if you watch his facial reactions to what the other two are doing, it's fucking priceless. And it I don't know, it heightened everything a little bit more.
You heard it
It's
here,
like
folks. The relationship between Three Stooges and Escaflowne.
No, I'm just saying side characters in general, they escalate things and bring it all in.
I understand.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
Like, that's just one of the easiest comparisons I think I have. But, offhand.
that's great though. That's great. That's the first thing you think of. You see this awesome like Balgus, this guy who just whips out a big sword when he sees Mexa coming, and you think, yeah, Larry from Three Stooges. I just really love that.
Oh man. All right. So other notable things. Soundtrack. They use like a very like choiry like thing all the time, and
Like the
Yeah, like
super
it's very like
dramatic.
unfortunate, almost like very.
Yeah, like,
Yeah,
like
it-
that
it-
with that. Like
I'll tell you
church
exactly.
chorus.
I'll tell you
Korean
exactly
chant.
what it is. It's Final Fantasy VII. It's a Sephiroth song. Instead of going Sephiroth,
Oh,
they go
yeah.
Escaflowne.
I forgot all about it. I forgot all about that song.
Yeah. It's
Bad.
yeah. I don't.
Very bad.
I mean, it was 96, so I don't know which came first.
Yeah, that's fair.
To be fair, but yeah, it took me out of it a little bit in some of the serious scenes. But they don't use it in like some of the more serious parts in like the beginning. So like the soundtrack isn't bad. Like it works.
Yeah.
It's not offensive.
But there's a lot of familiar ground, like you said, because there's a few other songs that, oh, this sounds like one note off
Oh
from...
the
what was
Imperial
it?
March.
Yeah, the Imperial
Yeah,
March.
yeah.
It's like one note off from being it. And you're like, oh, God. Yeah. So
I feel like
that's the soundtrack.
there's something to say about. I mean, we only watched like maybe 20 seconds of the dubbed version, but I think this is definitely an anime you want to watch subbed.
Oh my god! Thank you so much, Romano-san. It's like, no,
Kill me.
No.
Can I also point out how every single one of them, their nose is really thin and pointy? Like, they got, like, Pinocchio witch noses.
Yeah, I don't know what it was with that time, but like, man,
Yeah, that was pretty common. I
faces
feel
were
like.
hard.
Faces are hard, man. That's the excuse that they've got. Faces are hard.
It was bad. Yeah, it was rough. At least that nose thing. I just kept looking like, dude, he's got a schnoz. Look at that.
I gotta say though, I understand why this one is somewhat well known. Like, first off, it's hitting all those trope cylinders in a
Mhm.
time where tropes weren't really too much understood.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
This was probably a staple for its time. Like, I can easily see that. Like, can you imagine watching this in '96?
It'd be awesome.
It'd be the coolest thing you'd
I
ever
was
seen.
5. I would have been like, whoa, robots.
Yeah, this
right.
if this was like on Toonami, I would watch this shit.
Oh my God, yeah.
This would have
And
been.
it's
I would have been
decently-
watching this with Dragon Ball Z
Yeah,
like
yeah,
right
it's-
after it.
Decently bloody, too, when people get attacked and killed. I'm like, okay, it's not like they're just going to kind of cut away and like, oh, yeah, he's dead. It's, no, he's bleeding violently out of his eyes and mouth. Yeah, he's dead.
I feel like this would like
Sliced open this.
this would
dragon,
pair well with
pulled
like
its heart out.
Yu Yu Hakusho. Like,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Like,
I was
almost in the
picturing the
same-
lineup in my
Yeah.
head. It was like, yeah, Dragon Ball Z, maybe some Outlaw Star, Yu Yu Hakusho, and
Yep.
then wrap it all up with Vision of Escaflowne.
oh yeah, that's another
Gundam
thing.
Wing right after it, maybe. Like,
Yeah, so we didn't watch. Apparently, there's a movie. We don't want any confusion here.
yeah,
we watched
did
the
not watch the
series.
movie, we watched the series.
Yes.
I read about the movie a little bit earlier today. Apparently, it's just it's not like an extension of the series or anything like that. It's like a retelling.
Okay.
So it's like they kind of reimagined. They changed some of the characters around a little bit, and they. I read that instead of having a lot of this super minor and not important, but for some reason it stuck out to me. Instead of having a lot of European architecture, they had a lot of Japanese architecture. I don't, for some reason, that's like the second or third line about it
I
in
thought
the
you were going to tell me
Wikipedia.
they cut out like the pointless romance.
No,
I'm like,
no,
okay, cool.
It was all about the architecture. For some reason, they felt like that was super important to point out.
Wow. I will admit, like, some of the city designs did look pretty cool, like the large city in the valley.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
the art design was like
The art
pretty
design was
cool.
pretty
That
on
was
point.
pretty neat. No, never mind. I kind of lost that train of thought. Okay, that's a little embarrassing. Whoopsie.
So, I guess you wouldn't recommend it to anyone, Mike?
Okay.
Or...
In all honesty, if like we were saying with the Toonami block, if you're kind of into that stuff, then okay, yeah, go for it. But and the mech fighting, in all honesty, to make a full decision for recommendation, I feel I'd have to actually watch more of it.
Okay.
As much as I don't necessarily
fair.
want to, at least on
Yeah.
my own, with you guys, yeah, sure. But I feel that's what makes me on the fence, is the fact that if we were all together and want to watch it, I would watch it. And I think that's what gives me that on the fence feel. You know, like I won't do it myself, but with people, yeah. So it kind of puts me in the middle there,
Yeah, I'm
personally.
kind of feeling the same thing. Like if you've got like a group that you watch stuff with, and you kind of feel like this would be a good thing to watch, it's almost like it's not nearly as bad, but it's kind of like The Room for me, where like nobody wants to watch The Room by themselves.
Yeah, no.
Like come on, nobody wants to watch that. But you watch it with like a group of friends, and it's the best shit in the world. Like, it's so much fun to watch. And you can throw spoons at the screen and stuff when the spoons are here. You know, you do whatever, and like call out all the tropes and stuff like that. I feel like it'd be a lot of fun for something like that. But on your own, I kind of like. I want to. There's a part of me that really wants to see where it goes.
Yeah.
Really wants to see what happens next, but not. I want to see it with other people. I don't want to watch it by myself.
Well, like we were saying with how things are drawn just a little bit different, you know, for like the mechs and the
Yeah.
creatures. I think that's what spurs a lot of curiosity too.
And it's. I don't want to say it's a story I haven't seen explored too much because I can't place anything, but I've definitely seen it before.
Oh my god, yeah.
Absolutely seen it before.
Yeah. I've been pulled into a fantasy land
Yeah,
now, and
yeah.
someone important in fantasy land
Exactly.
has been done a million times. It's still being done right now.
Well, no game, no life.
Yeah, No Game, No Life, Sword Art Online, kind of,
Yeah,
ReZero. Like, there's a million things right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, so those are our recommendations, guys.
You're very on the fence, so
Yeah.
sorry guys.
So yeah, that seems interesting. Check it out. If not, whatever.
Yeah, who cares?
So,
It's your life, man.
because it's my birthday,
Yes. Birthday boy.
we decided, especially since nothing of mine has been hit in a while, we were going to take a random just off my list.
Yes.
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 And we rolled before the podcast. It's something we're going to be doing now.
Kind of cuts away all the awkward moments of,
Yeah.
oh shit, we forgot to bring it up.
Stall.
Yeah, really.
So, next week, I'm excited to announce we'll be watching Boku no Hero Academia, also known as My Hero Academia. It is really popular that just finished this season.
Also explain on your list. You said you have that where this
Yeah,
one
you said you had, like,
falls
the
on
best
your
of
Oh,
list.
the
okay, okay,
sort
yeah.
of thing.
So when I made my list, I made like the last two things on my list were like the thing I never want to watch and the thing I would love to watch with these guys. And this one is way up there. Everyone I show this is like, holy shit, I'm watching the whole thing.
Okay.
Yeah. To do a light summary, Boku no Hero is in a world where 80 something percent of the world's population like develops powers at a certain age. And our main character, who is obsessed with basically the Superman of the world,
Mhm.
doesn't. And it is a great story of like overcoming and just like character development all over the place. Not only will you be like, holy crap, this is hype as shit, but like, I'll be surprised if you don't cry.
So does he kind of?
Oh wow.
Does he kind of end up sort of like the what was his name? The Sam. What's his Sam like Tarly or something from Game of Thrones?
Who?
I don't watch
Sam
it.
from is it Sam? That might be
Oh,
Sam.
the fat guy.
Fat guy from Game of Thrones who just has his books, but he ends up like saving the day all the time. No, he doesn't really save the day all the time, but he kind of like overcomes the fact he uses his skill.
I'd be comfortable with that comparison. Of course, I can't give away much, but
Right.
I'll just say we might need to watch more than 2 episodes, and I don't think I'll be able to stop you guys from watching more than 2 episodes.
Okay.
So just prepare for that.
All right. I'm
Other
excited.
than that, you might see some changes in our lists here and there. We discussed a little bit more about how we want to like put certain
Yeah.
things in. So
Right.
we're not going to have a segment where we talk about like all the things. Maybe if there's something that you do want to talk about that you just put in recently, you can. But honestly, this was going to be the one I talked about. So
Yeah, I'm excited for it because you have such your own level of like energy towards it that you're really excited
Oh
to
my
catch this
God.
off to us. So like I'm excited to now watch it next week.
I should mention I'm caught up on the manga too.
Oh, all right. So you're very big
You are,
into this.
dude.
So this is okay.
I don't keep up with a lot of mangas. This one's so worth it.
All right. So that should also again put the level of gravity that this means to you and how much it is. So this is gonna be fun to kind of be experiencing something of yours like that. That means that much.
Also, it's superhero school.
All right.
I mean, obviously we haven't had much of your stuff on there, but both of them so far have been good.
Yeah.
All 2 of them.
It's funny too, because like if you asked me like what anime I would recommend to you guys, those 2 would have been it. Like just watch these 2. I just happened to
Watch
land on
those
them.
forever.
Well, that's fantastic.
Yep. All right,
It'll be
guys.
fun.
If you guys-
One last closing thing that
Sure.
I want to say about Escaflowne. Having watched the first 2 episodes, so we all know I have this saved now on my hard drive. I will probably. I'm pretty with TV shows. I'm pretty strict about like what I keep and what I get rid of because they take up so much space. I'll probably keep this one around, at least for a little while, just to see if maybe it comes up again.
Sounds like I'll have.
You're definitely gonna have a rainy day.
I'll
You're just
probably-
gonna be like, "There's that Escaflowne."
I could see what happens next.
Damn it! I hate myself.
They did end on kind of a cliffhanger. Where did they go?
Where do they go? Yeah, really. Where do they teleport off to?
Did they go back to Earth?
I'm gonna bet I'm gonna bet it's a two-way
back to
street.
the Mystic Moon,
Yeah, they call our
where
planet
she
the
just-
Mystic Moon.
where
yeah.
she just has to break the 13-second mark so you can get that kiss from.
Oh, yeah.
Senpai.
It's the most important thing right
Most
now.
I so
I
love
mean,
that was
does-
interrupted. That was so
Forget
happy.
the fact that I just saw like an entire town get slaughtered. I need to get that kiss.
Oh, man. All right, guys. If you have any suggestions, any questions, anything we want to talk about, email us at the102cast@gmail.com. Please.
Oh, they will. You don't gotta beg. They're going to do it.
All right,
or,
and
or tweet at us.
yeah, we have
Just
a
learn
we have a
that really quick.
tweeter. At the 102cast at the 102cast rather, and check us out on Facebook.
Give us a like us on iTunes, or
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
5 stars.
reviews,
yeah, 5 stars on
stars and
iTunes.
review us.
Please.
And review us. We'll read your review live,
We will.
unedited.
It's true.
We'll edit anyway when
Put all the raunchy stuff you want in there.
Yeah. You know what? Even if it's a bad review, you know what? We'll read it.
We'll read it.
We'll
You
read
wanna
it.
Tell us
We'll
we
take it
suck?
to heart.
We'll do it.
If we need to eat more tacos on the podcast,
Yeah,
okay?
really.
We'll bring in
You want us to do
tacos.
Oh my! More hats.
We're here for you.
This is a free podcast.
What do you
guys
mean?
are
I'm already
literally
wearing 3 hats right now.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Have a good night.
Yeah. Happy birthday. Fuck you, Kyle. Fuck you.
Turn the microphone off.
Oh man. Oh.